Hey y'all, we're here with our new RV. This is our east to west Della Terra that we've decided to name Terry. And we want to walk around and show you some of the improvements that we've made since we showed you the base model at the RV show. So one of the first things that we haven't done yet, but I'll be doing pretty soon, is I'm going to replace these two 20-pound steel LP tanks with my two 30-pound aluminum tanks. I already picked up a new cover and I have it put together at the house and ready to go. So we'll be installing that in the very near future. Let's walk around and look at the storage box. The pass-through storage on this side that includes all the hookups for your water is really more spacious than I thought it was. As you can see, I've installed a permanent connection here for our city water, my 0G water hose, and all the water components fit in this bucket right here, and I just drop them through that hole. This is all my sewer hookups and everything on this side. So all of the clean outs, all the utilities are on this side of the trailer. I really like the fact that the lights in there, motion sensor, so when you open this door and reach your hand in, the lights come on automatically. I haven't changed anything here with the sewer hookups. I haven't installed the extra drain because it seems like everything here is going to work out fine. I don't really care for the fact that there's two places to hook it up, and so most of the time people would put two hoses on here and then a Y connector. I'm just going to move my connector back and forth. It doesn't take that much time, so we'll just see how it does. And so for the Hanks, when we let her rip, we'll let you know how it works. One thing I'm not real excited about is the fact that the electrical hookup is so far forward on this because I have to keep my extension cord here when we're parking at our storage area. I've also installed a permanent hookup with a quick connect here for the black flush tank, and that hose is inside my sewer thing. I have used it once already. It's got my counter on it so I can see how much water I'm putting in it. Let's go look at the other side. Before we get to the other box, another thing that they installed for us, they included this in the camper, in the price of the camper, which is nice, was they included the Blue Ox Sway Pro sway bars and the hitch for my truck, and they included the installation of it, so that was nice. We've used them a couple of times so far and they seem to work just fine. They also included a solar panel on top, and the solar control for that is in the front bay. Not the most convenient place, but that's where the wiring was. In this storage bay, which does go all the way across, we've got our carpet, we've got all of our outside toys and things that we use here. We've got all my extra electrical in this box, our camp chairs here, our flag, which I mounted our flag pole mount right here, because everybody needs a flag on their camper. Our table and our sign holders are up here, including our brand new camp sign.
Yay!
And it stores in there along with our broom, my pull stick, and everything else. So again, the front bay, the pass-through bay, even though it's a lot shorter than on our fifth wheel, has a lot more storage in it than I thought it would have. Another change that we made, and we'll link the video that we did on this in the description below, is we installed the storage box by MoreRide where the front steps used to be, and that's where I'm keeping all my outside blocks and chocks and things. And we installed the MoreRide step above Generation 2 stairs at the front entrance. And again, that's in the video that we'll link below in the description. Now in our old camper, there was enough room in the storage bay that I was able to put a stacker unit with all kinds of outside tools and supplies. We don't have that luxury in the front bay on this one, So I've installed that box here in the outside kitchen. So we've got plenty of room in the outside kitchen. We've installed a paper towel holder. I've got all my cooking essentials there, small refrigerator, and of course the griddle. We're also able to store in the outside kitchen, we're storing all of our outside cook stuff like our charcoal lighter, etc. The one thing that surprised me about this outside kitchen, and is a little bit of a negative I think, is that they did not put any lighting in here at all. So I installed just this little battery operated light, and we'll use that until I get something better in here. Probably install some LED strips around this so we'll be able to turn those on and I can see when I'm cooking. Let's go inside. So as we've said before, you need to make a camper your own. And we like the closet here when you first come in the door. We're going to use it to keep shoes down at the bottom. So now there's a plastic bag down there. Hats, cleaning supplies, jackets. And instead of the door that slides all the way across here, which is a whole nother story, we have a new door ordered for this. And the first one came in and it was damaged in shipping, so they didn't want to install it. But I don't know that we're going to install it. I kind of like having these curtains here because it just adds a little touch of personalization, and it keeps the door from being in the way of the closet and everything else when it's open for the bedroom. We put our Go With The Flow logo here on the wall with the sticky letters. We put a little cord there. We hang our keys here, and our slogan saying that we begin our videos with, "Hey y'all," is on the door, and it's visible when the outside door is open and just the screen is closed. Let's look at the...
So what's behind that door?
Oh, behind this door is the pantry. Right now we've got just one shelf that we're using for food. We may eventually add some other things, like maybe a second small shelf, lower shelf here that we can store some things in, and we can put all this stuff up there on that second shelf. Our pots and pans, and in the bottom of the pantry cabinet is where I store all my tools and the other storage boxes.
And you put a couple of hooks up to put things on those.
Yep, put a couple of hooks up. Hooks are always a good idea. Either screw-in hooks, or as you can see, we use a lot of command strip hooks and double-sided sticky tape to put things up. Because Sarah doesn't like holes in the wall.
I don't.
Now the spare room, or the bunk room, we put another curtain up, which works pretty well for a door. Another cork board here on the door, which we may install a couple more eventually. That's so the girls can put their artwork up, or we can put some pictures on it as we travel. And the bunk room has 4 bunks. Sarah went to our local Wally World and purchased matching bed sets. So she's got sheets and comforters and pillowcases that all match for the spare room.
And it goes well with the decor in here, I thought.
And she did a good job. We keep our, when we're traveling, we keep our folding table up here that we put down there for whatever needs to be done. The girls can use it for a workstation with a small stool.
Mom can put her CPAP machine.
Yeah, Mom puts her CPAP machine and things on it. And we also have a rug that we have to keep folded up because it won't work with the slide that goes in here. Just to keep the floor from being so cold.
Well, not dirty.
And dirty. And adds a touch of class.
Yeah.
In the main part of the camper, some of the changes we've made, of course, we put our throw on the couch, which brightens things up a little bit. We've added our pictures of the grandkids.
Gotta give them.
And of us.
There we go.
Yeah, we've added pictures of the grandkids and of us. We're here, our happy camper side. And then one of the favorite things that I like to do as we're adding things to our campers is I put this piece of plexiglass over top of the table. It's Velcro, so we can pull it up. And we keep a map of the United States with our travel routes on it. We keep some of the artwork the kids have done, some other travel-related items, and it also keeps the table clean. You can just clean off the plexiglass. The stickers that we find as we're traveling around can go on here also.
And you don't have to really stick them.
That's right. They just slide up underneath it.
Under.
So if you ever want to move it to another camper,
change them out.
you can change them out. Some of our artwork. This is what our daughter-in-law made for us. Our Go With The Flow logo that you see on our videos. Our thermometer. The clock is in a really good position because you can see that clock from everywhere in the main part of the camper without any problem. In the kitchen, we found that there's plenty of storage in the overheads for our glasses, cups, and dinnerware. Things like our cooking supplies, bowls, cups, canisters go up top.
The lights on.
As we when we set up, we put our coffee bar. Our coffee station goes up in here. That's why we have our coffee sign there. And when we're on travel days, when we're moving, we put all of our coffee supplies and everything in the sink. Our knife caddy, which sticks on with double-sided sticky tape, is there. It's a convenient place to put the stove cooking. This is our spice rack, and we have small spice containers that are at the house right now that the tops can be removed so we can refill those. And it's got salt, pepper, cinnamon, Italian seasoning, everything you need for cooking, all in one little unit that's stored there on the wall. We use command hooks again, just put our hot pads and things on there. And something that this camper had that our other camper did not have, that Flo didn't have, the front of the refrigerator is actually metal, so magnets will stick on here. So now we can start collecting magnets when we travel places.
Yay.
Cover our refrigerator.
Something else to collect.
Something else to collect. This is our game area. Before, our games were stored in the seats of the chairs and the table, but now we put them all here. We may put a curtain over top of this, a small curtain, just kind of hide those and keep them looking neat. This is just some decorative stuff up here, and our wax warmer, which helps keep the scent in the trailer nice and fresh. So we put there's not much of a lip on this shelf, so we put a bar up here to keep stuff from falling while we travel. And we also did learn that these drawers only go back about 2 feet, but the seat is about 4 feet long. So what we've discovered is that you can lift the seat up, and you've got room back there in the back to store things. We don't have anything back there right now, except for part of the case of water. But what I think we'll store on this side is things like our Instapot. When we travel, we'll go underneath there, and if we want to carry our air fryer with us, we can put that down there too. Some of the big appliances that you don't get out very often. And on this side, we store our plastic wrap. We put some canned goods and things in here if we want to. And then, like I said, the bottled water's on the back side of this. I've discovered I really do like the dinette. It's easy to get into and out of, and there's really plenty of room on here in this dinette for 3 people on each side, as long as they're not really big people. But the two of the grandkids and 1 adult can fit on this side perfectly fine. We can put the other grandkid and another adult on that side, maybe a couple of adults, and we should have plenty of room to seat people to eat. If we need more people to eat, we can put them on the couch.
There you go.
But just because it sleeps 10 people doesn't mean you need to carry 10 people. Right. They eat a whole lot of food.
And the table does lower to make a full-size bed. and as well as the couch. It doesn't, not quite full size, but it's adequate. It's bigger than twin.
In the bathroom, again, we said when we looked at this at the RV show that there's plenty of storage room in the bathroom. One thing that I did change, I think is an improvement, I added another shelf in the medicine cabinet, because only having one shelf in a medicine cabinet this tall was ridiculous. So there's plenty of room now to store all kinds of stuff in the medicine cabinet. One thing that wasn't very convenient in here was a place to put the toilet paper. So we ended up putting the toilet paper holder inside this, which may be a little bit odd, but it works. We got shoes and hats and bags and things stored in there for right now. And again, these expanding rods do a good job of keeping things on the shelf while you're traveling. Cleaning supplies and other stuff are kept in there.
The shower?
The shower. One thing we've decided we're going to do as we travel is we're going to keep the cat's litter box in the shower. We're just going to sweep up anything he spills out before we take a shower. It's a good place to put it because he can access it while we're traveling. But he does like to travel in the camper, believe it or not. He just gets under the covers on the bed and sleeps. So we haven't changed out the shower head yet, but it seems to be working okay. At least I think it did. You think it did?
I think it's maybe not much pressure, but that's just me.
Okay, and it could have been where we were too.
Yeah.
We do store a lot of stuff on the bed when we're traveling that we didn't used to do.
Yes, we did. We stored all kinds of stuff on our front bed when we traveled.
Well, when we first took off, we did. The one thing that we mentioned in the previous video about Terry is that there's not a tremendous amount of storage room in the bedroom or a tremendous amount of room. You do kind of have to scooch around the corner of the bed. Right now it has a king size bed. We're talking about putting a queen size on here, which will give us about 6 to 8 inches more on each side of the bed and make it a little more roomy going around it. But I've got all my clothes over here and up here, and Sarah has all her clothes on the other side, and she has 2/3 of this top shelf that she needs to use.
And ladies, don't you agree? That is really not a big closet at all to hang your stuff. You need a bigger closet, right?
Even I think so. So that's pretty much it. We were able to put the clock up here, and it is stuck down. I've thought about putting a small corner shelf right here, put the clock on. But I do like the fact that there's plenty of places to plug things in. We've got the plug up there. We've got over here on the other side and on Sarah's side, there's 2 USB plug-ins. And there's plug-ins also inside what they call the CPAP shelves. So many people today are using CPAP machines that they need to have places to plug them in.
And the sliding door.
Yeah, the sliding door, I moved this from the other one to here because this is the one that they hadn't installed yet. We put a strap across it for added safety, and we installed a pretty picture that we got in New York. Ticonderoga up here.
And that's, what was that, Lake George?
Yeah, it's Lake George. So, there's the walkthrough with the changes that we've made. Take your camper, make it your own, decorate it so that it fits your style. So until later, I'm Paul.
And I'm Sarah behind the camera.
And we say,
Bye y'all.